Back with us on the SportsMax Zone, former head coach of the Senior Soca Warriors and Senior Reggae Boys men's teams, Clovis De Oliveira, has arrived in Jamaica to take charge of struggling Premier League outfit Chapelton Maroons FC. The Brazilian, who will replace Lenworth Teacher Hyde at the Clarendon-based outfit, arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston on Monday morning with his assistant coach Gabriel Barros in tow. De Oliveira, who also took the Jamaican men's under-17 team to the 1999 FIFA Youth World Cup, will take charge of a Chapelton Maroons side who are second from bottom on the JPL table. The 68-year-old, who also managed Tanzania and served as assistant to Rennie Simoes with the Brazil women's national team, was met at the airport by President of Chapelton FC, Michael Scott. SportsMax's Brian Pitter and other journalists covered De Oliveira's arrival.
Yes, we confirm. I have been here last 3 weeks, last month, talking, and Mr. Michael showed me a very good project for development of a youth team. And I love this country, I love football, and we agreed, we have agreement, and that's why I'm coming back.
What are your expectations going in? It was a very controversial dismissal of the past head coach. Is that going to affect your start negatively?
No, I don't think so, because I respect the former coach, I respect everybody. Even he's a very good friend of mine, Coach Lenin, but there is nothing about his performance. He's fantastic. He has been in Brazil. He has been made in my course when I was the technical director of Reggae Boys. So nothing about that. I just come with a new life, with another project, a planning. Is the things that Coach Simões started 20 years ago, and I continue in that time when we qualify in under 20. And now I got this chance, this opportunity. It's making me so proud, so happy, and try to do it with Chapelton Maroons.
What would success look like for you at this stage of the season?
I am a professional football coach. I'm not a magician. We need time. We needed to work with them. I watched the team playing last month, as I told you. But I think the things has been changed. Mr. Michael has hired some experienced players, some good players. So I cannot tell about that. I cannot promise, title and things like this. What I promise, that I'm going to give more than the best. I know the culture of Jamaican. I know the potential of the player. They are young, they have good potential, and no doubt that the team is going to improve, is going to get better. Hopefully, they will be getting a better result.
How soon before you think you can have the team to turn around their fortunes? How long do you think it will take?
You cannot predict, you cannot give a time before. It's got to work. But no doubt that the fans, yourself as a media, some of you knows me for a long time ago, that the team is going to get a better performance. They will improve with the discipline, with the Brazilian style of work, but I cannot tell you when this will be happy. But some of the fans will see, let's say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something different on Chapelton team.
But you definitely think you know what this team needs to make that improvement, bro?
Yes, I saw them playing the last time. Even now, they have got some different players, but what they need to take the decisions. Here, the Jamaican players, I know them very well. They got a speed, they got a technique, they know how to play the ball. But they need to be paced, they need to be, to take the decision on the right point of the game.
Have anything to say to the Chapelton fans now that you're here and starting your tenure?
Yes, I would love to say a lot of things for them, but I would just ask the Chapelton fans to support us, to support the players, to support the president, Mr. Michael, that has done the best as he could. He's doing his best to improve the team. He put the team on the Premier this year. And our aim, our objective is to maintain for this year and maybe the next year to raise their performance. But we will do the best.
So it sounds like a 2-year contract here with the club.
We didn't decide that yet, but it's, I hopefully, as he promised me, to be a long-term contract to do that project we write down regarding to development youth potential Jamaican football players. This group from Chapelton, they don't know me. I mean, when I mean they don't know me, how the way my philosophy to work, how I like, but they need to be, first of all, disciplined. That's the thing I told 20 years ago for Fitzroy Simpson, Dan Burton, Jerry Power. And without discipline, you're not going to reach any place. And that's the thing that I'm going to ask the group of the players. We're going to be together and try to make one family in Chapelton to get a good result.
And you said Brazilian. You know, can we see a Brazilian style of play from you? You know, is that's part of your plan to implement?
Yeah, it's a very important question. I didn't come here to change the Jamaican player style, no change. I came, as you say, to add the Brazilian style. No doubt that with the Brazilian way to play the game, with the potential of Jamaican player, as I said before, skill, dribble, and there's no doubt that they're going to improve. No change them, but to add and put together Brazilian style with Jamaican style.
He's experienced, respected, and the youngsters are looking forward. So, you know, I think, you know, that will, you know, give us a shot to survive, to be, you know, one of the top 12. And that's all we're looking for, top 12, you know, nothing more. We need time, yeah. Everything needs time, yeah. Football is not just, you know, we're in a rush right now to get players, and like I said, we're just trying to, you know, stay in the top 12. Next year, then we'll in for business.
That's Michael Scott, the owner of Chapelton Maroons, talking about his new coach, Clovis De Oliveira, the Brazilian Maroon.
Yeah, Clovis De Oliveira giving all the right answers, the textbook answers. I love personally when they asked him about if he's here to implement the Brazilian style. And he's like, no. You know, of course, we'll add the Brazilian style. So he clearly understands the Jamaican culture. From what I know, he's been here before. He's coached in the Jamaica Premier League. So bringing him back, it's not like you're bringing a brand new person, a stranger to the setup. So I'm looking forward to see, you know, what he's able to do, George. But I don't know. Can he get them out of relegation zone? How many points they have now?
They're
lost
at the bottom
6.
of the table.
No,
So-
but they had a couple of points, right? And remember, with the sanctions, they lost.
No, they had 8, so they lost 6, so they were on 2. I think they drew at the weekend, so they're on 3 points for the league, for the competition so far. Right, so they asked about a Brazilian style of football. That doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a Brazilian style of football. That was a time when people talked about Brazil and Jogo Bonito, a phrase coined by Pelé, out of the golden period where Brazil won 3 World Cups in quick succession, 58, 62, and 1970. And after that, you know, people say there was a Brazilian way, but there is no Brazilian way because the Brazilian team don't play in a way that people who've fallen in love with Brazil over the time would say, that's a Brazilian way of football. There's no such thing anymore. So I don't know what Brazilian way he's going to add to the way Chapelton progress. I want to ask you a question, though, Mariah. I want to give you a scenario. Well, I want to give you a situation and ask you to fill in a blank for me. All right? So here we go. So February 3, 2004 was what? 19 years ago. So February 3, 2004, it was a Tuesday. Plane touches down at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay. And there, a man meets another man, and the press are out to speak to the man who just came off the plane. Who was that man?
Him?
Clovis De Oliveira.
Yeah.
Was here to
19
coach
years.
Village United 19 years ago.
Oh, well, things
Yeah?
would have changed. And now that
And
changes
that's where I'm going.
discussion
So
point.
19 years ago, the story's not finished. So 19 years ago, Clovis De Oliveira came here to coach Village United in the then National Premier League. and this team were struggling. He was being accommodated at couples resorts. That's where he stayed, because the gentleman who was a senior executive at the House of Issa, who owned couples resorts, they worked out a deal. So he was being accommodated there, and he was at Village United. What he said when he came, he said, I turned down several offers from small and medium clubs in Brazil and also from the Middle East in the United Arab Emirates and Oman. And I just missed out on a coaching stint in Russia, because I chose Jamaica for a number of reasons. I won't be a millionaire here, but I'm at a point in my life and career where I can choose where I go. And that is why I turned those offers down as I was waiting for a better offer. And that better offer, he says, was Jamaica. So he says he turned down Oman, missed out on Russia, turned down the UAE, turned down Brazil from small and medium clubs to come to Jamaica in 2004. Village United, the Trelawney-based team. Back then, he said that he's not there to take over the coaching, but to advise with the structure of the club. And not only the first team, but all the teams of Village United. And that he was there to see how the players work with the basics and also to work with the club to be more professional. So big lights, big headlines greeted, because Clovis was back after being sacked. He led Jamaica to a 1-0 defeat in a World Cup qualifier, trying to qualify for the 2002 finals in Japan, South Korea. With that defeat to Honduras, our chances of qualifying for the tournament were extinguished. He was sacked at that time. He left, returned in 2004. When he returned in 2004, he, as I said, got that Village job. So what happened next, you may ask?
Yeah,
how well did Village do?
That's what I want to know. And where is Village now?
All right, hold on. At that time, Mariah, Clovis De Oliveira was 49 years old, in the prime of his coaching career. Now, he is 68. So they have gone to Brazil for a 68-year-old coach to come and do this thing. So back then, he was 49. And he came, high hopes, say he turned down several jobs to take the coaching job at Village. That was February 3, 2004. By March 8, 2004, Clovis De Oliveira was on his way back to Brazil.
Wait, a month?
Wait, yes. Clovis De Oliveira was on his way back to Brazil because he said that he had gotten a call from René Simões, his former partner, a great man from Brazil who guided, of course, our 1998 World Cup qualification. René Simões had just been appointed coach of Brazil's national women's team. And Clovis De Oliveira said he got a call to be René Simões' assistant with the women's team. So he left the Jamaican project behind. After landing here February 3, by March 8, he was gone. He said, quote, told the Gleaner, it's a possibility I could be part of the Brazil Olympic women's program. It's not confirmed yet, but when I reach Brazil, there is the possibility that that discussion could take place. The journalist asked him, so hold on, how come when you came here to Jamaica, you made it seem as if you were here on a long-term deal to do all kind of projects? And exactly by what he said. He said that I was only here assisting friends. Friends who had stood by me in difficult times. And he clarified to the Gleaner that he wasn't here in a long-term contract. He was just here. He could have left any time from a week after being here to 3 months, as there were a number of job opportunities which could come through at any time. So all I'm saying is I'm just putting the facts out there. I'm not coloring it. Nothing I've said to you is an opinion. Facts. Now is my opinion time. At 68 years old, I don't see how this works. I see this as a manager, a coach, raging against the dying of the light, as Dylan Thomas said in his poem. And I don't know. The commitment wasn't here at 49. I don't know what's going to be here at 68.
Yeah. You know, it's natural for us in the Caribbean when you hear Brazilian coach and you don't really know the backstory to be extremely excited because.
But that was a time. That was the one time around. Not anymore, because Brazil last won the World Cup 21 years ago.
They still, John.
Yeah, and it's Brazil. But I'm just saying there was a time when Brazilian. But yeah.
To be honest, when I heard that he was from Brazil, you know, I was like, oh wow. So does this mean, like, you know, mathematically, coach can come in and help the Jamaica, the Chapelton setup and whatnot? But I look forward to see what's happening.
But hold on, we have to leave. But now I've told you this. Has it caused you to at least pause to say,
Well, yeah, I'm waiting to see when is 1 month from now.
Yeah, cool. Shall we take the break?
Yeah, well, let me tell them what's coming up. Later on the SportsMax Zone, La Liga, NBA, and a recap of the Australian Open singles finals. But next, West Indies cricket, including the women who ended their Troy series in South Africa with an 8-wicket defeat against India. Here why Captain Hayley Matthews is remaining positive despite a torrid run.
Thank you for watching SportsMax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and to click the notification bell to stay informed.